For today's tip, we're going to be working with Warp. Now, this is a new tool and it is in beta, and I do believe you have to have all access in order to get to this, but this is a fun little tool that you can play with. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things with it that's going to be really important. So let's go over to our design space, and I have text typed in here. I'm just going to make it a little longer. So let's just make it birthday, just so we have something that we can work with. Now I'm just using the standard font here right now, but you can use any font you want up here in the font area. You can see different fonts. This is a single layer writing. That's the one we are in. And as you can see, a lot of the fonts are Access. Some of them will be free, some of them will not. Now here's one that's called Decorate 035. It looks like it's free. So you can search through here and change your font any way you want. If you have a font on your own system, just click on System, which is right here. And then you can pick whatever you have on your system. Now if you've been using Creative Fabrica, you will have a lot of free fonts. You'll be able to see them all listed here if you have installed them. I'm just going to stay with the same font right now because what we want to do is come up here to Warp. Now you may get a button here that says check it out or sign up for Access. Those will be your two choices. I did a check it out. Now we have 369 appearing here, but if you drag down, you have a whole bunch of other different types of warp that you can use. So let's just grab number 9 here. The number 9 is in the corner. Now we can't see our tool here. Just click away here, and there we go. Let me just pull this down so we can see what's going on. So now we have a warp number 9 in this, and it is birthday. Now what I want to do is I'm going to make a change to our birthday. So I'm just going to click here and I'm going to ungroup it. And you're going to get each one of the letters is going to be a warp all of its own. So it could create a problem, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one of these and they are set up as just warp, and it's not going to let me change the color, which is an interesting aspect of it. So let's take our warp here and let's remove it. So let's just hit delete here. I'm going to type in birthday again, and we're going to try a couple of things with it. So it's one thing to have your text as black. If we change the colors of each of the letters, this is what is going to happen. So I've ungrouped our text. I'm going to take this one. I am going to change it to red. I'll take this next one. I'm going to change it to yellow. And let's make this one blue. And let's make the last one here, let's make it green. Now I have my text in different colors, but what you're going to notice, these are separate letters now. Even if I regroup them, if I click on this, you'll notice that warp is not available. So you can't take your letters apart when you go to use the warp. So that is a good thing to know. Now let's go back to our text. And I'm going to change the color of the text. So you can change it all at once. So we'll have a purple text here. I'll bring it down. Now you'll see that warp is available. So let's click on our warp. We had a 9 selected before. Let's do a 6 on this one. We are able to then warp this particular item. So you can pick any different kind of warp that you want. Remember, you just can't take the letters apart. I'm going to try number 23, which is interesting. So now we have a text that we can use in this way. Now it is set to a warp. You can do all kinds of other things with this. For example, you can pick up an offset, and you can get your text with an offset. I'm not going to do that right now. You can take another shape. Now we have a shape that is similar to that. Let's see if we've got down here on Access. We don't seem to have, there's a shape that's similar. Just grab something that will enable us to shoot that in that direction. So let's go with a triangle. And let's just enlarge it a bit. Okay, I'm going to unlock it. And get our text about there. Going to lock it. I am going to change the color here, and I'm going to change it to a light gray, and then I am going to flip it. It's upside down, so we get the text. No, I don't want to flip it, so let's just undo that. Just grab it here over top of our text. Let's send it to the back. And now, as you can see, we have our text here. I am going to line that up. I'm going to come to a line, and I'm going to center it horizontally. And I don't like where it's centered, so I'm just going to click on it, use my arrow keys, just bring it over just a little bit. Now we have a text that is shooting up. Now we could actually use another piece of text up here. You can put my, so it looks like a particular design. So I'm just going to grab that together, and I'm going to group it. So now we have a nice little text design that will be on an arrow, so you can get your words actually fitting into different shapes using warp. So play around with it, have some fun with it, and start experimenting.